In my last video, you saw us round baling hay for the very first time. We usually square bale. So today, I need to move those round bales from the field to the barn. And being we just bought this round baler, wasn't even planning on using it this year. Thought I was gonna have all winter to work on the baler and then try it out next May or whatever. I was gonna use the winter to acquire bale spears and that kind of thing. Well, sometimes, guys, things just work out and everything aligns. Drinking my coffee this morning and I get on Facebook Marketplace. Kid you not, one popped up, just listed, 20 minutes away from my house for 150 bucks. So I just got back with it. I ran up there, probably one of the quickest purchases in history from the time of noticing it to buying it. Hadn't unloaded it off the truck or nothing. Really hadn't even looked at it really all that much. The guy had it ready in his driveway, we loaded it up and I left. But this is, I don't need nothing new, shiny, don't even really need anything heavy duty. This is just generally probably just a standard duty, older. These haven't been made for a long time. The reason I have this backed up to my workshop is because I am going to quickly, this guy had an actual farm with big equipment and stuff, but I think this unit he used on a small Kubota to move bales around. And I think the 3-point hitch arms didn't go as wide as they needed to. So I think I'm gonna swap these around to the other side, get my impact gun real quick, swap these around, and we're gonna be ready to move some bales. That nut, I don't know what size it is, but the socket it takes is 1.25 inches fine thread, and it just pulled it right off of there. I got the quote new bale spear that I literally bought a couple hours ago, hooked up to the tractor. I had to unhook the baler, I had to clean the barn out, all different things. Here's that. Then the game plan is, like I said, eventually to buy a hay spear for the front, but I don't have one right now. Probably try to source one over winter. So I have the pallet fork set wide, and the game plan is just to come in, if the round part of the bale is here, come in, and as you pick up, the bale's wider up here in the middle, and pick the bale up that way. So as I kind of pointed out in the previous video, as I was learning the baler, I was learning, how to use the thing. Towards the end, I was able to make very nice, perfect, tight bales, but probably 3/4 of these bales that you'll see are not great. Trying out the pallet thing here. I don't even know if the spacing's right. The spacing doesn't look too bad, actually. All right. That worked really well, actually. Let's head to the barn. So I got both bales on. That was super easy. On my pallet forks here, that is looking really good. If you get up under here, the pallet forks easily go under the bale and catch really good. But the reason I stopped here is I want to set this bale back down, and I want to readjust the angle on my top link, so hopefully I can stab these bales a little better than that. So here's how the top link was. I don't know if you can tell, but it's angled up a little. I think one thing is these bales, are just light, obviously, and then this one is even undersized to begin with. Let's see if that helps anything. Oh yeah, there we go. So so I didn't film any of this because it was the very first time. I'm sure I'll get better at this. And it'll also be better as the bales get more uniform, as I get better at running it. But I have 2 stacked here. I really want to be able to get a third here. And per the dimensions of the bales, I should be able to get it under that truss right there. But I don't know, we'll see. But get you back here. Doesn't look great. That's what we got right now. Let's go get another 2. By the way, yeah, so it doesn't look great, but guess what? I didn't break a sweat at all. Here's our second attempt. Real nice looking hay, I tell you. Anyways, everything's working good. There's our chickens. They just started laying, so they're about 20 weeks old right now. See if I can spin that back. Here's what I got so far. 3 bales here, 2 and 1. Got 2 more on the tractor coming up. And the awesome thing is, I mean, I measured everything to what I knew the bale sizes were, but some of the times, you know, that stuff is theory instead of in practice, but I do have room in between that truss there to go 3 high. But I think what I really need to do, I maybe should move this one to the center of these 2 and have 2 on the top, just to stabilize things a little better. Also, I should add, my tire on my tractor is over here against the pole of the pole barn for this bay. This bay is like 12 feet wide. And, you know, all this geometry and math is working out with these bales, as I thought it would. But I'm happy about that. That one, a piece of the twine caught on my pallet forks. What I've kind of learned in this short time that I've been messing with them is, so I dropped this one off with the 3-point bale spear, but I want to make it upright so I can stack it. And these bales are so maneuverable. You know, it's going to be really nice for people feeding out in the winter, you know, all this different stuff. But one of the nice things is I can just flip it right on the pallet forks. So if you get the pallet fork right up to the edge of the bale, it'll just flip and basically be exactly where you need it. Just like that. All right guys, just to give y'all an update. Here we are. Got 3 on the bottom, 3 here, then 1 straddle in the middle. And look at that. I was able to work that thing in around that light with pallet forks. It's kind of crazy actually. So we have had some trouble. I didn't get it all on camera. I toppled the pile over one time. A lot of this has to do with the fact the bales don't have a back. You know, there's square bales back here, and then the round bales are just, you know, straight up. They're not up against a wall or anything. So that really messed me up. I think if it was just all round bales, it would have been a lot easier. However, with that said, I do think I'm getting the hang of it a little bit more. There's a little bit of a learning curve to it. I mean, I've ran forklifts and all kind of stuff in warehouses, and I mean, but this is just a little bit of a learning curve. These later bales that I'm getting into are also the later bales that I ended up making once I figured out the baler a little bit better. And these are a little bit tighter. So obviously next time I bale, I'm gonna be making these nicer, tighter bales. Getting these up here have not really been that big of a challenge, honestly. I would probably say it's been a little easier than I would have thought. But, like I say, I've had quite a few challenges with the stacking. One of which is right here. So when you go to pull out, it's a fine line between too much friction and not enough. You don't want down pressure and you don't want up pressure. Sometimes you kind of gotta jerk it a little. And then as you come out, kind of figure out the happy medium there. You're usually fairly good. All right, so that's that one. The one thing I found out that helps you, besides having your nice tight bales, is when you bring it up to the barn, you're obviously gonna have the bale up to the back rack of the pallet forks. But once you get up here, set the bale down and pull off from the pallet forks a little bit. That'll release some of your friction. And then there, I screwed that up. So I'm actually gonna have to set it down and kind of redo it. All right, pick your bale up here. I really feel like I'm getting the hang of it now, which is fine. I mean, I'm almost done, but I'll be good to go for next year. So here you have it. It is 21 bales of the new round bales, and it was more of a learning curve to stacking them than I thought. But towards the end, kind of like this row here, I figured it out. I figured out exactly how to do it and get it looking nice. Plus also I was working with the bales that I made towards the end once I figured the baler out. So the bales are nicer as well. I can get 3 high. I think it looks really good. And I mean, you know, half of this decision to switch to round bales was, one of the bigger parts was making sure I could fit them in this bay that we already use for square bales. So I proved that. So pretty happy with everything. The new 3-point hitch hay bale spear did great. I mean, for finding that thing in the morning and 20-minute drive and getting it and coming home for 150 bucks, shoot, that thing did awesome. Hope you enjoyed this video. that is gonna wrap up hay making for the last of 2024. And we'll probably be working on the hay baler, the new one, and putting new parts on it and that kind of thing. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch y'all next time. Y'all have a good one.